Welcome to our stream today, this beautiful November day. Today's November 25th. And let's go over the Let's Go Do It All community activity for the previous week of November 16th. This is our newsletter recap, and let's jump into it. I want to start off by talking about our YouTube channel membership. This is how I'm growing this business. And if you're enjoying this content, I need you to consider joining one of our membership tiers. They start at $2 and they go up. You get all the channel perks in the first tier. Now, I used to have this where I gave more perks per tier, but I watched a very successful creator who changed my thinking about this, and I restructured the entire thing to give you all the perks in the lowest tier. That's because I know some people can afford a low tier and some people can afford a high tier, but you probably want all the perks with it. So if you can support more, I'm sure you're going to pay a little bit more to show your appreciation. And if you can only afford the lowest tier, then that's perfectly fine with me. I'm happy to have you as a member and to give you members only content and all those perks that come with no matter how you support this channel. So you can do that at youtube.com/letsgodoitall/join and check out the tiers that I have there. Moving on, Movember has been a really fun month. As you know, we're giving all of these channel profits over to our Movember team during the month of November. So 100% of those proceeds that you're going to contribute to the channel to help it out in the long term. In the short term, I'm giving those all for men's health. We only have a few more days of November left, but you can still join our team if you really want to. The address is movember.com/t/1mo-health. And you can use the links in the comment section below and also in the newsletter here to jump over to either the YouTube channel, the Movember team if you want to donate directly. And if you're not a part of the newsletter, we don't spam, we don't sell your information. Okay, so you're perfectly safe. We send out a weekly recap of all of our content, so you can share that, you can reread it on your time, and you can find that at letsgodoitall.kit.com/subscribe. So let's move on to the content. On November 21st, which was last Friday, we put out a short titled, "Why Does Your Brain Hate Mixed Signals?" So that's just a clever title I gave to this short about integrity. And let's read about that. Stop the inner battle. Keeping a daily promise can cut stress. And here are some tips you can use. Name one value right now. So if you're facing some sort of challenge or a problem or just anything, name the value that's associated with that. And pause for 30 seconds before you jump, before you react, and just give it some time. Give that 30 seconds or just a few breaths, maybe breathe in 2 or 3 times, just assess the situation. That's going to take you from a reactionary state in your amygdala into a more responsive state in your prefrontal cortex. So just that short pause can really mean the difference. And then keep a small promise to yourself today. That could just be, when I get up, I'm going to make myself a healthy breakfast. Or at lunch, I'm going to be a little more productive with my time and get some errands done instead of just sitting on my phone. Whatever it is, make a small promise to yourself and keep it. And that's really going to boost your personal integrity, and people will pick up on that personal change and really see and start to trust you better. Plus, when they see that you're following through on your work tasks, or a friend or a family member knows that you've been keeping these small promises to yourself, you're going to increase your integrity with the outside world as well. So you'll feel off when your actions and values disagree. That discomfort is cognitive dissonance, and it eats clarity. Research shows that authentic action boosts mood and lowers the negative effect. You can find the research studies for these points that I'm reading here at these underlined research links. So anytime you see one of these linked numbers in the newsletter, you can click it if you want to dig in deeper. The next stat is a gap at work. 39% say company values don't reflect with their own. So that's kind of interesting. So over a third of people say that their values aren't really vibing with the values at work. And so what you can do is build up your own personal integrity, and at least you'll feel good about yourself, right? You're keeping your own values, and that will really boost your relationships with the people around you. So let's try a 3-day experiment. Pick one value, make one tiny promise, and then just keep it, right? And notice how your mood changes. Notice how you feel each evening. And I would encourage you to get out your phone, open up your notes app, and not only, so maybe just make a note. This was my promise today, and what helped you or why you didn't succeed. And this isn't to make you overanalyze the promises. It's really just to keep track of how you're following through. And when you go through at the end of the week, pick one day where you go through this, sit there for 15 minutes and just look at that past week's promise list and reflect on it. And that's going to improve how you do that the following week, right? Research shows that when we follow something for about 66 days, somewhere around there, that becomes a habit. So if you keep these daily promises for about 2 months, maybe even shoot for 3 months, you're going to put in place a good habit and really boost your own personal integrity. And don't worry, because you'll slip up a little, and that's fine. Each kept promise rebuilds trust within yourself. So start with small things. That's why we start with small promises. They're easier to forgive, like, hey, I'm going to eat healthy every day this month. And then, one day you go out with coworkers and you get something that isn't as healthy as what you had hoped for. That's fine, right? Pick it up the next day and keep going, because as you build up these daily promises, you're building that authenticity and that integrity within yourself. So speak that truth in a short message, right? Say that promise you're going to do out loud or to yourself. Refuse one small inconvenience that crosses your line, or follow through on something small. So these are all little examples of things you can do. After a few kept promises, you'll notice lighter decisions and calmer energy. Authentic actions do not fix everything, but they reduce the inner noise so you can think clearly and act steadier. Don't forget that integrity is a practice, and you don't have to be perfect at it every time. What matters is that you're mindful and you keep going with that. So use tiny experiments to align what you do with what you say you are. And that's really walking the talk, right? Make that a habit of walking that talk every day. Integrity is the foundation of trust and credibility. And if you want to learn why staying true to yourself shapes your character and relationships, you can gain practical strategies by watching my full episode on this topic. And you can find the link for that down below or in this newsletter. I also provide in the newsletter, when I give some of these tips based on my episodes, the reading list that I use to compile that full documentary. So some of these books for this topic are The Integrity Advantage, The Four Agreements, that's a really famous one, Emotional Intelligence, and others. So check those out if you need something great to read. These are excellent books that I recommend. On every item in these newsletters, you'll see a list of social links at the bottom of each topic. And these are the social posts where I've posted this across networks. So there's a YouTube link for this, a TikTok, an Instagram page, an X link, one to the Discord chat server, on LinkedIn, and on Ko-Fi. Now moving on, here's a lighter topic. This is a short. I was going to make this video here this night, and it was a couple nights before, and my daughter comes in with the dog and she's playing with a ball, and she's like, "Dad, you got to see Miso's face." Miso's making the funniest face. So she was playing with her with a ball, and "Dad, record this." So I recorded it. I stopped what I was doing, and I went and I just had a good time with my daughter and the dog. And I wasn't even going to post this on, LinkedIn or some of the more social media. But after I slept on it, I thought about it, and I thought, this is an important topic of learning to unwind and enjoy the simple things. So this video is called "This Dog Makes the Funniest Expressions Ever." It's got my daughter laughing hysterically. I know I can't stop smiling and laughing anytime I watch it, so I hope you do too. And I'll just read a little bit about the greater depth that I was trying to express in the post. The video itself is just for fun, but joy hides in the tiny things. Stop waiting for huge breakthroughs. And this is about how I, like I said, I didn't think I was going to post this, but I realized that there are some lessons in this lighthearted moment. Not my normal type of lessons, but something different and profound. So here's what I noticed. And here are some quick tips about it. Take a short break to notice something subtle, right? Share the moment with your family and friends. So that might lift them up as well. And take a quick clip or a few photos to revive those feelings later. I was about to publish a heavy human development short. Then my daughter asked me to take a video of our dog's funny expressions. The room filled with laughter and everything felt lighter. I had envisioned big ideas and perfect content. My content schedule, goals, and my expectations all screamed louder than the moment. But that silly, imperfect clip shifted me. A quick laugh did more than entertain. It made me breathe, smile, and notice the moment. It made me think about about how we can release stress, right? And that's why I decided to post this here and share a little bit more about this funny clip. Here are some stats we can look into. Science backs this up. A meta-analysis shows a single laughter session can drop cortisol nearly 37%, and short micro breaks under 10 minutes boost your vigor and cut fatigue. So, going out at lunch instead of sitting at your desk and powering through the project, taking that short lunch break, out, do something lighthearted. Go out with your friends and just laugh a little at lunch. That'll probably boost your productivity far more than you had sat there through lunch and burned yourself out, and then you don't even notice that your productivity is dropping. You can do things that will keep you supercharged the entire time. So what started as a silly clip became a reminder. Small shared joy can be a practical tool against overwhelm. So try this. Recall one small joyful thing and hold it deeply for a few moments, right? Think about the last time you really laughed and just sit there and bring back those emotional feelings inside. See how that shifts you. And if it helps, share it with someone and invite someone else to try the same thing, right? Now, I always encourage you to leave your comments below, share your story or something that you realized, because that could help someone else find a similar moment of their own. And it's also how we all learn together. So find your favorite social media in this newsletter post and drop your comments here. Also, if you're watching this live stream or if you're watching this later, either leave a comment in the chat or in the comments below. And for the same reason, you're helping the community, and I'll be sure to get back to each of those. Going back to Thursday, November 20th, I did a live stream called Create Positive Change. Here we go over one of my previous shorts, and you can watch that in the video as I narrate over it. But small intentional acts of kindness create ripples that change other people's lives, other people's days, and yours in ways you might never see at first, right? So doing something kind, it's great. You're helping another person, but you're also kind of lifting yourself up in the process, and that feels really great. So it's a win-win, and you never know where that's going to keep traveling to. So this short showcases my short called Kindness Ripples, Your Power to Transform. It explores simple gestures that make a real difference. We look at everyday examples like a smile, holding the door, or just a timely compliment to someone, and show how small, repeatable choices spread positivity through families, communities, and your workplace. Kindness is contagious. One thoughtful act lifts a mood, which shapes how that person treats others, and the effect multiplies. This episode gives low-effort kindness ideas you can do today, plus ways to notice and celebrate the ripples your actions create so you stay motivated to keep going. Kindness doesn't only help others, it reshapes you. Acting with compassion cultivates patience, connection, and perspective, and over time it changes how you see yourself and the world. If you've ever wondered whether small efforts matter, this episode will show you how they compound into meaningful, lasting impact. Also, that short was cut from one of the larger documentary episodes, so please check out the full episode and leave a comment on what you learned from that. And if you enjoy it, share that episode to someone else, someone you think would really benefit from that. Of course, share your kindness story below, and let's learn from each other. Moving on to Wednesday, November 19th, I did a poll titled, What Keeps Progress Steady? And this is really, I envisioned it around the topic of being disciplined. So, but, let's talk about what you take out of it. So, what keeps progress steady for you? Is it your passion? Is it having a routine? Maybe it's your habits. Or accountability with yourself, or having an accountability partner, such as a mentor. Let's talk about that. Which wins, inspiration or daily grind? The 2025 conversation shifted from follow passion to balancing passion with micro discipline. That's something that's really become popular through this year, and let's see where it goes next year, right? Maybe this passion plus micro discipline will make 2026 an even greater year for you and for all of us. Passion lights the path, discipline builds the road. Both are needed. Here's some quick tips on the subject. Turn passion into a 5-minute starter ritual. So whatever you're passionate about, turn that into something you do for 5 minutes each time you begin, right? Set up one process goal and don't just think about the outcome. Use an accountability check-in twice a week. So that could be checking your journal, or it could be checking with a trusted friend or a mentor. And celebrate the smallest step forward. That really keeps you motivated when you're doing these repeated tasks. Celebrating the small wins really feels good. It builds your own personal confidence and it keeps you going. So here's a quote by Jim Rohn. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Let's think about that. So passion sets the direction and discipline builds the road. Regular structure converts enthusiasm into results. Discipline protects long-term priorities from short-term impulses, right? So you might be doing something and you might want to, stop and do something that comes into your mind, but your discipline keeps you steady until you at least finish that task, and then you can go have that ice cream or, check your phone or whatever it is that impulse that wanted to distract you. Sustainable success blends inspiration with repeatable systems. Micro habits make discipline feel doable and maintainable. Accountability and small rituals convert bursts of passion into steady progress. Content that shows both system and spark invites practical comments. So find the thing that helps you stay steady and really sparks and inspires you. And then, share that with someone to help them succeed on their own, right? I always talk about this. It's great when you succeed, but part of being a leader, and we're all leaders, it doesn't matter whether you have a dog or kids or a team that you manage, we're all leaders in some form. So take what you learn and pass it on to others to create a multiplier effect to help others improve. And let's share in the comments, has integrating inspiration with consistent habits helped you, and how? Let's move on to the stats for this poll. So, thought leadership and learning and development discussions emphasize discipline and habit design as top career levers for 2025. Those are the things that really lever you up in your career. So consider that discipline and designed habit is what has really helped people this year improve, and you can use that as well. As always, find the research for that study in this link here. And LinkedIn and industry writers frame passion plus discipline as the practical combo behind sustainable success. So here's another study that shows that being passionate and having discipline really pushes the needle forward. So again, the poll, what keeps progress steady for you? Is it passion, routine, habits, or accountability? Maybe something else for you. So share your what has helped your progress be steady in the comments, and let's learn from each other. Tell us why. And I've seen several people in this community really learn from each other. I know I always learn from all the answers that you give. Um, and so share that. That really helps. Moving on to Tuesday, November 18th, I created a short from the adventure video I did going out from Marina Park in Ventura and out to this jetty called Solder Point. There's a beautiful mermaid statue out there. There's actually several in the area, and I'm going to film another one to share that nice moment. But this short kind of goes into a little bit deeper depth. The shorts are a funny way of, showing something nice, but I like to make it a little bit deeper for you. So 30 seconds might just inspire you to change the rest of your day. And here's some quick tips. Keep your phone on privacy mode and just have real you time. Look for something interesting and share that with the person that's with you. Take a photo and share that with your family, or, when you go back to the office, like, hey, check out these, these hermit crabs that I found, or check out these funny pigeons. That it's a really nice way to just release stress. And then stop, relax, and do some box breathing. If you don't know what that is, you breathe in slowly for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, you breathe out slowly for 4 seconds, and you hold it for 4 seconds, and you repeat. So 4 in, stop for 4 seconds, 4 out, stop for 4 seconds, 4 in, right? It's like a box. Try that. It's a really great way to just calm yourself, whether you're going to go into and do a presentation, or you've just dealt with something stressful. Do a few seconds of box breathing. You'll really notice a difference, I guarantee it. So Marina Park, Ventura, a mermaid at Solder Point, a child running toward a ship play structure, a goal circles, dunes fold into the harbor. Your day insists on speed. Small resorts get trimmed out of the schedule. This short compresses ship, dune, mermaid, and race into a tiny arc. Shot after shot asks you to slow, a cue for you to recharge. So that's what really this topic is about, is going out and doing something small to help you recharge. Research found that spending at least 120 minutes a week in nature, so just 2 hours a week, right? That could be just 15 minutes a day, something small, is linked with better health and well-being. It's not just a feeling, that's science, and you can check that out at this link. A meta-analysis shows micro breaks boost your vigor and reduce fatigue when we pause briefly between tasks. So learn about that study here in this second link. The harbor regatta feels less distant and almost playful. You'll see in this, at the end of this video, there was a youth yacht regatta out on the water. It was just kind of fun to watch. 30 seconds of noticing softens the mind's edges. Try a short ritual like this today. Take a walk or do something that resets you. Do it 3 times across the week and notice what shifts. See how you feel in the long run. When you make these short recharging moments a priority, I guarantee you're going to feel better. So tell us about your favorite thing to do, how these small breaks have helped you in maybe your performance, maybe your stress level. Share that below so others can learn. And if you really enjoyed this short clip, I think it's like 20 seconds, right? 20 or 30 seconds. There's a full 16-minute walk down that beach that you might really enjoy. So you can check out that full video linked in the newsletter here, and I'll put some links below. And then we're at the end here, moving on to Monday, but don't leave yet. I've got a few more things to tell you. November 17th, Just like we're doing today, and I apologize that this one was a little late. My family's getting over the flu, so I wanted to make sure that I could deliver this in top quality for you. But last Monday, the 17th, here's the recap from the previous week, November 9th. And if you enjoyed today's recap and you want to catch up on the previous week, you can just check out that recorded live stream at this link here. All these live streams go to YouTube in horizontal and vertical format if you're on your phone. There's a member only stream. So if you're watching this in the members only section right now, I appreciate that. You're going to get a lot more value as we keep going. And it's a great way to catch up, just like we're doing today. And finally, if you really enjoyed this as well and you want to support in another way, you can go to our secure merch store at shop.letsgodoitall.com or go to any of these links. I've got great products like these journals. You can see here's another type of journal, sweaters, hats, tech gear, cups, all sorts of branded stuff that you can do to show your support. Someone might say, what is that, like a shooting star? And you can say, oh, that's this great channel I watch. It really inspires me weekly. Also, if you want to really pitch in, and I need all of you to do this if you can, join our YouTube channel membership. There are exclusive perks that you get as a member, exclusive live streams, members only content, and you can do that. Become a member on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/letsgodoitall/join. Click the join button. You can decide which tier you want. No matter how much you contribute, you're getting all the channel perks, right? Some of the higher tiers I give off-channel perks to, but everything that comes in YouTube, you're getting at the lowest tier. And that's my way to encourage anyone that wants to support the channel to get all the benefits. So once again, you can go to our YouTube shop. Check it out there. You can use this QR code here. You can go to the shop.letsgodoitall.com using this QR code here. And thank you for joining in and checking that out. At the bottom of each newsletter, we have some links that for, if you want to get to any of the social medias easily. You can also find all of that at just letsgodoitall.com. We have all of our links and content there. And at the bottom of the newsletter are the most recent 5 media types of each: streaming, full episodes, guest interviews, our shorts, our fun adventures, and other things. So let me now check out our chat rooms, see if we have anyone here asking questions on any of the platforms that we're streaming to. And I want to thank everyone that's on this stream today and joining in. Thank you to all the members who are liking this on LinkedIn and on YouTube today. I really appreciate that you're here. And let's see. So Virginia, thank you for showing up. Hi to you as well. If you have any questions that you didn't leave right now, but something comes to you later, please leave it in these comments sections. I would love to see that and get back to you. Again, thank you very much for being a part of this newsletter stream today. Tune into all of our streams that we do through the week on all the subjects. I'm here to answer any questions. Even if you have a question that's not about the topic at hand, let's talk about it. Leave that in the chat and I'll be happy to just bring it up at the end. Again, thank you so much for being here. Have a great day and let's go do it all.